Hey guys, Tyler Erzberger here in Dallas for the opening homestand for the Overwatch League. I am joined by World Cup MVP, Overwatch League MVP, reigning world champion Sinatraa.
Yes, sir.
So you have all the MVPs, 2-0 weekend. How does it feel to be the king?
I don't look at it like that. I'm just happy that our team performed well and took the dub. I mean, not really well, but like we still got the win, so it's all good.
So you guys were talking. We had a press conference before this, and you guys said that you had Architect playing today in the flex support position over Viola, and that was determined yesterday. Can you give us a little bit more info about that?
I think it was just that Architect fit Anna more, that play style, like where you have to flank and like look for nades and stuff like that. Violet was just a little focused on his like own gameplay too much, like his mechanical skill. Like Violet's an actual god at like mechanics and stuff like that, but we just felt like Architect had like better calling at the time. But still, they're both really nasty.
So I think I had my first Overwatch interview 3 years ago. You were on Team USA. You weren't on a team yet. Like people were like, "Oh, this guy's toxic. He's never gonna make it. Like he has no career."
Yeah.
And you told me like you're gonna work your butt off, and you're gonna make people, like the doubters, like wrong. Now, 3 years later, and champion. What's the biggest difference between Sinatraa from those 3 years ago to now?
That's a heavy question.
Yeah.
But, I think it was just that I was 16 at the time.
Yeah.
I was just a little stupid. 16, and I don't know. Dropped out of high school. Didn't really have that much experience with just life in general. So just being toxic for no reason. But like, it took like 2 years of being on like in a team house, being around mature people all the time, teaching me the ways and stuff, and like looking back on clips on myself and stuff. It's just like I don't want that to be like me ever again. So I changed for those reasons. Just becoming a better leader too. Yeah, I don't know.
Is there a certain person that's kind of helped you, like a mentor figure?
I'd actually say Dak. That's a pretty weird answer. No one would know, but Dak did teach me a lot about just a lot of life stuff that I know in general, like cooking, going to the gym, driving, stuff like that. So yeah.
And now that you're one of the veteran players in your team and everything, how do you deal with younger players that come in? Like, how are you teaching the younger generation now that you're one of the veterans?
Yeah. I don't know. I think we just systematically do it at Shock. Like we just teach them like what we do as a team, what situations we run this, we run that, and like just always calming down nerves on stage, because that's the most important, and always thinking that like you're the better player at all times. Never have doubt in your mind.
Obviously, you've kind of had a meteoric rise over the last few years or so. I mean, you're on promotions for the new jerseys. You're on Tonight Show. You're doing these media appearances.
Yeah.
How are you doing with all the limelight, being kind of one of the faces of the league?
It's actually weird for me because like I really am garbage at interviewing and stuff, and I like try to avoid it. So it's hard for me. But like I have a motto like where if I think I don't want to do it, then I just have to do it. Like just do it anyways, just for like experience and stuff. So it's been hard because I suck at it, but like it's good for me. So
I think you're pretty decent, man.
yeah, I'm getting decent now, but back then I was pretty pretty trash.
So what advice would you give out there to the people, like the 15, 16-year-olds playing Overwatch, League of Legends, all those games? They don't know what to do in their lives. They're in high school, no real direction except they like playing games. What advice would you give them if they want to go pro?
That's hard. I would just say like if you like really are aspiring to go pro, you have to be very good at the game already, and then like on top of that, you have to balance your life. So you have to practice literally 12 hours. You have to like play the game 12 hours a day and practice your skill. But on top of that, you have to be going to high school, doing your homework, stuff like that. Like I still did that. But like when I knew I was like peaked and I was like going to be fine, then that's when I dropped out of high school. So I would just say balancing life is the most important thing. Like make sure you're in sports, you're doing your schoolwork, and then you can like grind the game. But you have to grind the game really hard if you want to be good.
So obviously going into this year, I think everyone's talking about the hero pools and how San Francisco is going to be a benefactor to that. Like you guys are flexible, you have such a big roster. How has Krusty kind of taken on the whole hero pools, introduction?
We actually haven't talked about it that much at all yet, but I mean, we're not really worried at all. We have 5 DPS that are all flexible, like except Ants, but like when it's Widow meta, he'll play and he'll just destroy everybody probably. So we're not really like worried about that at all. Even our tank player is very flexible. So yeah.
Final question. I mean, World Cup MVP, championships. You've done it all.
Yeah.
What's the goal for 2020?
Oh, just keep winning. I like. The reason I stay motivated is because I know what losing feels like season 1, and getting trash talked the whole time feels like. So I'd never want to feel that again. It felt very bad, very, very bad. So just keep on winning and trying my hardest.
Thank you, Sinatraa. And if you want more news and action, keep it right here at ESPN Esports.